Here are the 24 minimalist books that we're going to be reading in 2024. Welcome back, everyone. There's so many wonderful minimalist books out there that Jess and I have had on our TBR for far too long. So here is the list of the 24 books that we're going to be reading all about minimalism this year. Let's dive in. Number 1, we've got Let It Go by Peter Walsh. We were lucky enough to find a copy of Let It Go when we were out op shopping recently for a bargain $3, and we're really looking forward to reading it. A short blurb from the back of the book: whether you're selling your family home, blending households, or helping your aging parents get organized, sorting through a lifetime's worth of accumulated possessions can be a stressful experience. With more than 20 years of experience helping thousands of people declutter, downsize, and get organized, and having downsized his own parents' home, decluttering guru Peter Walsh shares his expert advice on dealing with both the emotional and practical aspects of this sometimes overwhelming process.
Next on our list, and one that we've been meaning to read for a really long time now, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. Both Josh and I absolutely loved her Netflix series, Tidying Up, where she helped people deal with their clutter. It's time we finally read her book. Japan's expert declutterer and professional cleaner Marie Kondo will help you organize your room once and for all with her simple KonMari method. The key to successful tidying is tackling your home in the correct order, keeping only what you really love and doing it all at once. This incredibly easy method will not just transform your space, it will change you too. You will feel more confident, become more successful, and be motivated to create the life you want. We love Marie Kondo and can't wait to finally read her book.
Number 3, we have The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning by Margareta Magnusson. We both love Amy Poehler from Parks and Rec, and we can't wait to watch her on The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. It's like two worlds colliding. Just like with Marie Kondo, this book is high up on our reading list this year. Perhaps it's even the highest. The back cover says, "In Sweden, there's a kind of decluttering called dostädning. Do meaning death, and stadning meaning cleaning. This surprisingly invigorating process of cleaning out unnecessary belongings can be undertaken at any age or life stage, but should be done sooner rather than later, before others have to do it for you."
By the creator of the blog Zen Habits, we have The Simple Guide to the Minimalist Life by Leo Babauta. When we first heard about this book and read the back cover, we were immediately excited to put this on our list. What is a minimalist life? It's one that is stripped of the unnecessary to make room for that which gives you joy. It's a removal of clutter in all its forms, leaving you with peace and freedom and lightness. A minimalist values quality, not quantity, in all forms. We loved this message that there is so much freedom to be found in minimalism. It's definitely high on our TBR list for this year.
Number 5, we've got Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less by Greg McKeown. We both find the differences between minimalism and essentialism fascinating. So much so, we dedicated a whole video to the topic. The back cover already touches on a key point that we love about essentialism. It's not a time management strategy, but a systematic discipline you apply every time you're faced with a decision. By forcing us to apply a more selective criteria for what is essential, the pursuit of less allows us to regain control of our choices so we can make the highest possible contribution towards the things that really matter. We're both really looking forward to reading this one this year.
Next on our list, we've got one by Joshua Becker. Simplify 7 guiding principles to help anyone declutter their home and life. We love Joshua Becker and his blog, Becoming Minimalist, and we're both really looking forward to reading his book, Simplify. Simplify is full of personal stories, practical tips, and powerful inspiration. It's based on a rational approach to minimalism. It will forever change the way you look at physical possessions. And most importantly, its approach will free you from the burden of clutter and provide you with the extra motivation to realign your life around your heart's greatest passions, however you choose to define them. I love reading through Joshua Becker's blog, and I've already read one of his books before, so I'm keen to dive into this one.
Number 7, we've got Minimalism, Live a Meaningful Life by Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus. Couldn't really get away with our reading list without having The Minimalists on there. Their Netflix documentary by the same name had a huge impact on us when we first watched it over 7 years ago, so it was time to read the book behind the film. Minimalism, Live a Meaningful Life explores their transformation from depressed businessmen to successful human beings. This book examines the author's backgrounds, their troubled past, and their eventual spiral into depression, examining why these two men didn't feel fulfilled by their careers and why they turned to society's ideas of living, working ridiculous hours, wastefully spending money, and living paycheck to paycheck. Instead of finding their passions, they pacified themselves with ephemeral indulgences, including a crack cocaine high, that didn't last far past the checkout line. Then, after a set of life-changing events, they discovered minimalism, which allowed Joshua and Ryan to eliminate life's excess and focus on the essential aspects of life. We're excited to read this one in 2024.
Number 8 on our list, and we've got another one by Joshua Becker, The More of Less. Finding the life you want under everything you own. We're clearly big Joshua Becker fans. From the back cover, we've got, in The More of Less, Joshua helps you realize how all the stuff you own is keeping you from pursuing your dreams. Recognize why you buy more than you need. Discover greater contentment, less envy, and more joy. Experience the joys of generosity, and learn why the best part of minimalism isn't a clean house, it's a full life. It's time to own your possessions instead of letting them own you. After all, the beauty of minimalism isn't in what it takes away, it's in what it gives. Joshua Becker has a wonderful way with words, and I am so excited to read this.
Number 9, we've got The Minimalist Mindset, the practical path to making your passions a priority and to retaking your freedom, by Danny Dover. The Minimalist Mindset is a book about a realistic process you can use to make deliberate decisions about how to prioritize how you live your life. This book walks you through the habits you can implement to consistently make sustainable trade-offs so you can prioritize your passions and retake your freedom. Sounds like a great book.
Me again with another Joshua Becker book. Seems like Josh and I for 2024 were all about Joshua Becker. Number 10 on our list, we've got The Minimalist Home, a room-by-room guide to a decluttered, refocused life. I've actually already read this one, but Josh hasn't. When we were building our house, one thing that we always came back to was creating a minimalist space that works for us and makes us happy. I wish I had read this book before we started. I actually read this book on Audible, so I listened to it as I was decluttering our tool cabinet, and it was just so satisfying. Listening to Joshua Becker and his reasoning behind why you should declutter certain things, whilst also decluttering at the same time, was just a really fun time. As a little summary, Joshua Becker offers practical guidelines for simplifying our lifestyle at home and addressing underlying issues that contribute to overaccumulation in the first place. The purpose is not just to create a more inviting living space, it's also to turn our life's HQ, our home, into a launching pad for a more fulfilling and productive life in the world. Given that both Josh and I work from home and we have our small business, this really struck a chord with us, and I'm looking forward to Josh reading this book.
Next up, from the wonderful creator of Be More with Less, Courtney Carver, we have Soulful Simplicity. We're excited to read this so we can get another perspective on all the wonderful benefits that decluttering and minimalism can offer. We both follow Courtney on Instagram, and we're excited to dive into this book. From the back cover, in this book, she shows us how to pursue practical minimalism so we can create more with less. More space, more time, and even more love. Carver invites us to look at the big picture, discover what's most important to us, and reclaim lightness and ease by getting rid of excess things. It's a welcome addition to our TBR list this year.
Number 12 on our list, we've got another one by Leo Babauta, Power of Less. Based on the back cover, this book seems to align with one of our biggest interests, productivity. Here's what it says: do less, get more done. With the countless distractions that come from every corner of a modern life, it's amazing that we're ever able to accomplish anything. The Power of Less demonstrates how to streamline your life by identifying the essential and eliminating the unnecessary, freeing you from everyday clutter and allowing you to focus on accomplishing the goals that can change your life for the better. The Power of Less will show you how to break down any goal into manageable tasks, focus on only a few tasks at a time, create new and productive habits, hone your focus, and increase your efficiency. By setting limits for yourself and making the most of the resources you already have, you'll finally be able to work less, work smarter, and focus on living the life you deserve. Sounds like a wonderful read.
Number 13, we've got Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport. I absolutely loved reading another of Cal Newport's books, Deep Work, a few years ago, and I'm so looking forward to reading Digital Minimalism as well. Both Jess and I have become more conscious of having too many distractions thrown at us in our digital lives. So we can't wait to hear Cal's perspective on how to manage this. For a quick intro from the back of the book, Professor Cal Newport shows us how to pare back digital distractions and live better with less technology. Introduces us to the digital minimalists, the calm, happy people who can hold long conversations without furtive glances at their phones or obsessively documenting everything they eat, and reveals how to live more intentionally in our tech-saturated world. Like I said, really enjoyed Cal's previous books and looking forward to reading this one as well.
Number 14 on our list, we've got Simple Matters, Living with Less and Ending Up with More by Erin Boyle. Something that's really important to us is only ever bringing things into our lives that actually bring value to us or those around us. So Simple Matters by Erin Boyle sparked an interest in us. From the back cover, we've got Boyle Boyle embraces the notion that living small is beneficial and accessible to us all, whether we're renting a tiny apartment or purchasing a 3-story house. Filled with personal essays, projects, and helpful advice on how to be inventive and resourceful in a tight space. Simple Matters shows that living simply is about making do with less and ending up with more. More free time, more time with loved ones, more savings, and more things of beauty. Sounds like a wonderful book.
Number 15, we've got Less, A Visual Guide to Minimalism by Rachel Orst. Minimalism looks different to everyone, and we can't wait to see what it looks like to Rachel Orst. When we read the back cover, it instantly grabbed us. This full-color, illustrated guide to minimalism shows us how to gain greater fulfillment by simplifying your life to just the essentials. Gain more time when you cease organizing and caring for junk. Feel mobile and light instead of weighed down. Save money when you stop buying unnecessary stuff. Achieve serenity and clarity in a clutter-free environment. Focus on the important things like experiences and connections with others. You can apply the minimalist lifestyle to any area: wardrobe, home decor, cleaning, finances, time management, and more. Tailor it to your goals and create your own happiness. We're so looking forward to seeing all the illustrations in this one.
The next one on the list I am so excited for because Josh and I are self-professed cozy minimalists, and this one is Cozy Minimalist Home, More Style, Less Stuff by Mak Smith. Since building our home, we've tried to be mindful of not over-decorating and bringing in excess stuff for the sake of home decor. As someone who loves thrift store shopping, it's something that I've definitely had to be more mindful of. Based on the back cover, Cozy Minimalist Home seems right up our alley. Stylist and best-selling author Mak Smith guides you step by step in making purposeful design decisions for your home. Starting with what you already have, you'll discover the tools to create a home you're proud of in a way that honors your priorities, budget, and style. In Cozy Minimalist Home, Mak helps you finally know what to focus on when it comes to decorating your home, deconstruct each room, and then create it step by step with fail-proof process. Discover the real secret of finding your style. Create the home you've always wanted so you can use it in the way you've always dreamed. This is a book I wish I read when we first started decorating our home, but I'm sure it will be useful for years to come.
Number 17, we've got The Art of Decluttering by Nagisa Tatsumi. Another one we're so excited to read is The Art of Decluttering. Anything that can help us on our decluttering journey deserves a spot on our 2024 TBR. From the back cover, in this guide to living a calmer, more ordered life, author Nagisa Tatsumi teaches us how letting go of unwanted things will transform our day-to-day happiness. This book offers practical advice and techniques to help readers learn to let go of stuff that is holding them back, as well as tips for acquiring less in the first place.
Number 18 on our list, and one that's a little different from the rest on this list, we've got Voluntary Simplicity, towards a way of life that is outwardly simple, inwardly rich by Dwayne Elgin. The title of this book really resonated with Josh. We've always been mindful of not needing to keep up with the Joneses and accumulating unnecessary things that overcomplicate our lives. So the back of this one really grabbed us. Voluntary Simplicity is not a book about living in poverty. It's a book about living with balance. In this book, based on more than 10 years of inquiry, research, and writing, Dwayne Elgin articulates this new way of perceiving ourselves, our lives, and our surroundings. He gives powerful evidence that voluntary simplicity may be a solution, an inventive and compassionate solution to the seemingly insurmountable problems of our time.
Number 19, we've got Mak Space, a minimalist guide to the good and extraordinary by Regina Wong. When we first came across Mak Space by Regina Wong and got a glimpse at what it was about, we knew we had to read it this year. Based on the Audible summary, we know this is going to be a great one to listen to this year. Minimalism is not just a series of actions, but also a total mindset shift. It recognizes that modern day abundance has not increased our level of happiness. In fact, we are less happy than generations before, despite having more. And it argues that embracing less will allow us to live more fully. This handbook gives us the tools to achieve this complete life-changing mental shift, teaching us how to search for items and thoughts that add value to our lives and how to get rid of non-essential physical and mental clutter. This holistic audiobook marries minimalist philosophy with practical tips, activities, and action points, such as crafting a minimalist budget, reducing possessions, decluttering space, and clearing the mind of negative emotions. This is one that we'll probably listen to together as we do yoga in the mornings.
Next on our list, we've got another cozy one. The Cozy Life, Rediscover the Joy of Simple Things Through the Danish Concept of Hygge by Pia Edberg. As you might have already noticed, Josh and I are cozy minimalists, and we've never really clicked with the stark, white, empty spaces typically conjured up when you think about extreme minimalism. So we're excited to read The Cozy Life this year. Hygge is all about coziness, and we can't wait to see how we can implement this into our everyday minimalist lives. Cozy up for this little intro from the Kindle page. Rediscover the joy of simple things through the Danish concept of hygge in The Cozy Life. This book will inspire you to slow down and enjoy life's cozy moments. Learn about the Danish cultural phenomenon of hygge and the secret to why Denmark is consistently rated the happiest country in the world. Embrace the little things and take simplicity and minimalism up a notch. Add hygge into every aspect of your life with practical examples and tips. Say goodbye to the winter blues and live a healthier, centered life. This charming little book filled with hand-drawn illustrations beautifully addresses that yearning we all have for a more authentic life, created by ourselves instead of external forces. It sounds absolutely wonderful, and I'm perhaps the most excited to read this book out of our whole entire list.
Number 21, we have The Minimalist Way by Erica Lane. We absolutely believe that minimalism is not just about decluttering your physical things, but it's also about decluttering your stress and emotional clutter. So we can't wait to read The Minimalist Way by Erica Lane. The back cover really hooked us. Minimalism is more than a clean space. It's mental clarity that you can apply in every sphere of your life, from clearing your schedule to opening up spaces and taking inventory of your relationships. This book arms you with practical strategies to live minimalist every minute of every day. The Minimalist Way puts philosophy into action with strategies designed to clear your physical, mental, and emotional clutter. With a focus on living true to your values, you'll discover how much more you stand to gain by living with less distraction. Starting now. We're constantly seeing Erica Lane all over Pinterest, so we're keen to read this.
Number 22, we've got The Minimalist Kitchen, 100 Wholesome Recipes, Essential Tools, and Efficient Techniques by Melissa Coleman. One of my biggest hobbies is cooking. I love getting creative and just unwinding in our wonderful home kitchen. It definitely is my happy place. As well as getting creative, I also love throwing together simple, healthy, quick meals. So The Minimalist Kitchen is a must read for me this year. Simplify your kitchen. In The Minimalist Kitchen, you'll find a refreshingly simple approach to cooking that makes mealtime feel doable again. Melissa Coleman shares strategies for paring down your kitchen to the essential tools you need and use regularly, building a successful pantry, meal planning without losing your mind, and using efficient cooking techniques to take the stress out of cooking. This practical philosophy proves that delicious food doesn't take tons of ingredients or gadgets to prepare.
Number 23, we have Decluttering at the Speed of Life, Winning Your Never-Ending Battle with Stuff by Dana K. White. It's so true that decluttering can be an emotional experience. So when we glimpsed the back cover of Decluttering at the Speed of Life by Dana K. White, we felt that it was an important one to read this year. With humor and empathy, Dana helps you change the way you think about the stuff that takes up space in your house and overcome the emotional challenge that makes it difficult to let items go. Then she walks you through applying these key concepts to every area of your home. No complicated systems, charts, or checklists. This book is about building a mindset that empowers you to tackle clutter head on at a pace that's right for you. A welcome addition to our TBR this year.
Last on our list, at number 24, we've got Goodbye Things, the New Japanese Minimalism by Fumio Sasaki. We first heard of Fumio back in 2017 when he wrote an article about how becoming a minimalist has made him so much happier in life. Fumio Sasaki is not an enlightened minimalism expert or organizing guru like Marie Kondo. He's just a regular guy who was stressed out and constantly comparing himself to others, until one day he decided to change his life by saying goodbye to everything he didn't absolutely need. The effects were remarkable. Sasaki gained true freedom, new focus, and a real sense of gratitude for everything around him. In Goodbye Things, Sasaki modestly shares his personal minimalist experience, offering specific tips on the minimizing process and revealing how the new minimalist movement can not only transform your space but truly enrich your life.
And that's our list of the 24 minimalist books we're reading in 2024.
Let us know in the comments below what minimalist book you're excited to read this year. We've got some reading to do, so we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Cute. Number. You're getting further and further away from burgers. Number. You're watching too much Shrek.
Should watch Shrek after this.
Yeah, we should watch Shrek now.
Okay.
Yeah.